Streaming was a mistake.
What does that mean, streaming was a mistake? I don't understand.
Like, it's talking about the, remember when everything was just on cable? Or you would get like HBO, whatever?
Yeah.
They're saying the streaming services were a mistake.
So now instead of paying $15.99 a month for 4K UHD, whatever downloads, 4 concurrent streams with HBO Max, you now have to pay $20 a month.
I hate Netflix. I hate them really bad.
Paramount Plus, Peacock, and Prime Video are $12. Disney Plus is $14, Netflix is $15.50, and Hulu is $18 every month.
They will keep.
Yo, chat. What apps are you subscribed to? Not what apps you steal from your parents or your friend. Something about that you pay for. Which one do you subscribe to? I'm gonna tell you this. I have Netflix, I have HBO Max, and I have Apple TV. Does Prime count?
Yeah.
Okay, then I also have Prime. But I don't do Peacock. I don't do Hulu. I don't fuck with Disney, Jerkmates. I don't do Brazzers. I don't do Crunchyroll.
You have Hulu.
I don't have Hulu. I mean,
You do.
okay, then I'm getting charged for Hulu because I don't fucking know.
No, I do because I stole your password.
Paramount I used to have, but they don't really have shit.
Raising it until they find the ceiling.
You are paying now more for your television entertainment than we ever were before.
These companies are going to do whatever they want to do at the end of the day. Bringing you actual value is not their main focus. It's all about the money.
And I'm not saying we should do Prime. What I'm saying is...
Bro, can I just give you my take on this? No one's coming to your house and holding a gun to your fucking head and telling you to sign up for fucking Hulu or Netflix. You're doing this yourself. So what are you bitching and moaning about? If you don't have the means, just get one fucking thing or get basic cable or whatever.
And let's be honest, bro. What the fuck is on Hulu that you need to get Hulu, bro?
Hulu's got a couple of decent shows.
But like, yeah, they have shit. But like,
you know what I like? Low key, Apple has some good shows.
I would say what's most worth it is Prime and Apple.
And Netflix is fucking legit, dude.
Netflix always, you know, with Netflix, they're always gonna update their shit like every day.
Dude, Netflix, Prime, and what was the third one I said? Apple, very good.
Yeah, Apple's fucking good.
We're actively watching like 4 things on Apple right now. So.
People are starting to realize that it's easier and far cheaper to pirate their favorite TV shows and movies than to buy them. And you honestly can't blame them.
Now we're pirating
Streaming
now?
is horrible now. When Netflix first came out, the idea was revolutionary, and you could see why everybody loved it. Netflix made it easier to watch all your favorite movies and TV shows on one disc, conveniently from anywhere in the world. And for a brief moment, it was great. Piracy fell to an all-time low, as nobody saw the need for it anymore. But as the saying goes, nothing good lasts forever, especially since other platforms realized that instead of licensing their shows to Netflix, they could just create their own streaming services and keep all the profit for themselves.
Look at all these services, man. It's too many, bro.
I'm gonna be honest with you, we have every one of them.
But let me ask you this too, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's ruined. It's ruined." I've paid for cable before. You've paid for cable before. What's a typical cable bill? To have cable and maybe you have HBO on it. What's a cable bill?
Well, I'm thinking what we did is we have basic cable.
Yeah.
Because I want to watch all my shit.
Yeah.
And then we have, what's that? What happened here on the screen?
No.
We have basic cable.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Netflix, Prime. We have all this, but they're in like a package, so I really don't know.
I'm gonna say this: the package is anywhere between 100 and 200, and it actually could go higher depending on if you have Showtime, HBO.
Our cable bill, I want to say it's like $250, $260.
Okay.
And then we're paying for all this other crap, dude. It's a lot of money, man.
So, I want you to think about that. For all the people who are like, "Oh, dude, it's a ripoff. I wish cable was the thing," buddy. You never paid for cable. Because if you did, you know how much that costs. Now, if you completely have no cable at all and you only subscribe to all these, you're still paying less than having cable, bro. You're paying less. Because what is it, $20? What is it? There's no... Even if these are all $20 a month, it's still less than cable. It's still less, bro.
Want to watch The Last of Us? It's not on Netflix. You'll have to pay $10 for HBO Max. Want to watch Family Guy? Another $10 for Hulu.
He said it! He said it!
Want to catch up on Rick and Morty? It's not on Hulu.
Jeez, I don't know!
You'll have to go back to HBO Max, despite the show being owned by the same network, Fox. When The Office, the comedic show that won 5 Emmys, came out on Netflix, fans adored the idea that their favorite show was conveniently on the most popular streaming platform on the planet. That was until 2021 when everything changed. Netflix's license to continue streaming expired, and other streaming platforms saw an opportunity to steal Netflix's golden show for themselves. The directors of the show called the representatives of Netflix, Hulu, Apple, and Peacock to a room and asked them to bid for the show, and the highest bidder would walk away with the rights. Of course, Netflix didn't stand a chance in a room full of billion, even trillion-dollar companies like Apple. At the end of the day,
Do you know who Peacock is backed by?
No.
NBC.
Oh, yeah.
Peacock won the auction by offering $500 million in a 5-year deal for the show, 5 times more than what Netflix could offer. To continue watching this show, you're forced to either subscribe to a new service, which would only eat into your pocket, or pirate it. This is a big ethical problem that's leading so many people to justify piracy.
Piracy is a victimless crime. No, seriously.
Especially when you consider the painful fact that most streaming services do not have a strong library of good shows beyond the ones they plaster on billboards or the ones you see trending on TikTok. Eventually, you're left with a library of what some might call dog shit.
What the fuck is going on? This is so gross!
That's it. I'm never selling a dog's rear end again.
Me too.
According to a study by Vindicia, the average American pays for 3 to 4 streaming video services per month, and that's just for video. There's Apple Music, Spotify, video games, even software now are more expensive than ever, and if you're outside the US, things get much worse. In Noragrat's video about piracy, he talked about a man who got a VPN, paid a random
in India to get him a local phone number, then made an Indian Disney Plus account
just so he could watch his favorite movie legitimately.
He's more dedicated to this than I was to my ex-wife.
If you have to put that much effort to watch a single movie, you may as well just pirate it.
When you pirate them, it's much easier, it's much quicker, it's a lot less expensive, obviously.
When I was researching for this video, I saw this post comparing the basic plan for a Netflix subscription versus the pirated plan. If you're one for quality movies, you'll notice that the pirated version is actually much better than what Netflix offers you for $12.
What?
It should not be. There's a new term going around for what streaming companies are doing. It's called 𝗟ci𝘀𝗣𝗪cation. It's the theory that product and services offered by once great companies get worse and worse over time as their need for growth and profit outweighs their desire to satisfy customers. Eventually, customers are going to be forced to pay higher and higher rates for increasingly deteriorating services, to the point where piracy is going to become an increasingly alluring value proposition. When that happens, you can be absolutely, indisputably assured that executives will blame absolutely everything but themselves. For now, the new approach people prefer is subscribe to 1 or 2 streaming services and pirate the rest.
Facts. Back it up, 2, 2, 3, gon' make a nigga back it up.
The shifted priority of streaming companies from consumer satisfaction to maximizing shareholder value revived the...
Dude, I'm gonna just be honest, like, about piracy. Like, I subscribe to most of these things because I want to see the highest quality. I don't want to watch it in, like, a shit quality. But, dude, if it's in, like, a good-ass quality, I don't see why people don't do
I
it.
wouldn't even know. If you even said to me, go pirate something, I have no idea how that fucking works.
Exactly. It's, like, easier to not pirate. Movie Box Pro is the method.
Dude, I gotta be honest with you. Like, there's been stuff I wanted to watch. Then I found out, like, oh, I have to pay for it. I'm like, fuck it. I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah. The worst is on Amazon. Oh shit, a movie that was just in the movies. Now it's on Amazon. You can rent, but it's $20.
I've actually done that because I didn't go see it in the movies.
Yeah.
And I want to see it, so I did that. There's movies that I'll just maybe like in a random afternoon I'll just watch something.
If I really want to watch it, I'll do it. But if not, like I'm saying, $5 or less is what I'm renting a movie for.
A lot of those are $2.99, $3.99. You know, the older ones, yeah.
isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing. You may have seen it in the comment section of videos. It's a reflection of people's growing anger towards the media we consume. It became even more popular when headlines like these started floating around.
The Gen Zers own nothing. They don't want to own anything. Everything is a service.
I miss the days where when you actually purchased something, it was yours.
I just lost every single book on my Kindle. Over 300 books.
Then I tried to print at my leisure and it was like, no, you literally can't use the printer unless you have a subscription.
Automakers want to turn this thing you drive every day into a moving subscription.
A new study shows that Gen Zers have some finance problems, starting out with more credit card debt than previous generations.
But let this be your reminder, you guys, we don't own anything on social media. This is their app. They can...
So you're putting a subscription on everything.
What does that mean? What do you mean? What are you saying? You just said you're putting a subscription on everything? What do you mean?
It seems like they're putting a subscription on just everything. If I lost my Kindle books, I'd KY jelly, not gonna lie. Oh my god. What the fuck?
At any time, get rid of TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, your email. We don't own anything.
It raises a question. Has Gen Z's future been reduced to nothing more than a monthly subscription?
Do you remember the good old days when you could buy a DVD and own a movie for life? The best part, it was physical. You could feel it, you could keep it, you could play it. It could even become a collectible. Fast forward a few years later, and streaming services came along offering an even better...
Do they even sell Blu-rays anymore?
I don't know.
Dude, I used to love to go into Best Buy, and there was hella Blu-rays. Now, when I go to Best Buy, dude, there's no Blu-rays. I don't know where they're at. Maybe they're in Target and like Walmart.
Maybe everything is streaming now. I have no fucking idea, bro. I don't know how any of this shit works.
So fucked up, bro.
Better way to watch movies. One filled with unlimited potential and a vast library of shows. You could never get tired. This was the dream sold. There was just one small problem. You couldn't own any of it. Think about it. If you buy a Netflix subscription today, you're not buying movies. You're renting access for as long as you continue paying. The day you stop for whatever reason that may be, whether it's because you got laid off from your job, got scammed, or maybe suffered a fatal accident that ate up your finances, as long as it causes your card to decline, your entire library disappears. Years of carefully building the perfect library of eating, dates, family, gone in an instant. That emotional connection you built, those memories tied to...
I think about this a lot. How many movies do you think you've forgotten about because you don't have the movie?
Yeah.
Movies that are probably great that you'd love to watch back.
I'm never gonna. And
you'll probably never see it.
You know what's the reality of the situation? And I think about as you get older, you start to think about weird shit. But like the reality for me, and I was thinking about this, I go, there's movies that I'm never gonna see again for the rest of my life. I'm never gonna make an effort to go and watch that movie again. And I can tell you, there's...
And would you if it was on, or if it was in a library and you're like, oh shit, I haven't seen this in a while, let me click on it.
I mean, maybe, but I know there's so many... I've seen so many movies in my life, and there's some movies that I was like, oh my god, I love that movie. I know for a fact there's movies that I would love to see again that I know I'm going to die and never see them again.
I started years ago making an Amazon list where movies that I rent and buy, like it stays on my list. So I'll always have that to go back and look. But if I don't get on Amazon, then it's pretty much, I'm not going to know.
Like those, remember before you were saying all those classic movies are going to be shown in the month of September?
Yeah.
Like if you look at all those movies, and I've seen all of them.
Yeah.
Even the old-timey ones.
Mm-hmm.
The reality is that there's a large percentage of those movies that I'm never going to see again in my life. Just because the way it is. It's just I'm not going to, because there's new stuff, and I'm not going to go all the way back and watch,
And you don't just watch a movie every day.
And the funny thing is, like, I think about these things, and I'm like, all right, let's take The Godfather. How many more times am I actually going to watch that in my life?
September 8th?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, though. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
Certain shows, they don't belong to you. They were always on loan, and the same goes for music as well.
My mother just threw me in the trash. Now I have to study till I pass.
It's pretty crazy to think that to keep your playlist, you must pay for it till you essentially die. And even then, it's not over. If you shared your password before passing, the bill could get passed to the next user.
In the United States alone, your password was shared over 1.3 million
1.3 million people. That doesn't even make any fucking sense.
For these reasons, and so many others, people choose piracy. Illegal sites that let you download movies for free and watch them as many times as you want without fear of losing access in the nearest future. I am not supporting piracy, I am just stating the facts. And the fact is, Gen Z loves piracy, even though most of them lack the technical know-how to do it. That's why videos like how to watch Netflix for free in 2025, 100% legal, get thousands of views, even though free and legal should never be in the same sentence.
Imagine this, without paying even a single dollar. You get to enjoy all your favorite shows and movies on Netflix for an entire year.
This is the best working method, and it's going to allow you to get free money as well, because you're going to not only will you be able to get free Netflix, but you'll also be able to get free money with this method here.
I don't know, man. Seeming sus lately.
Luckily for the streaming companies, many Gen Zs are not computer literate, as you'd expect a generation born to technology to be. Futurism called us the generation baffled by simple technology. It may come as a surprise, but because everything is so automated, 44% of Gen Z now have just the basic knowledge of how technology works. That's why we prefer Canva to Photoshop and CapCut to Premiere Pro, because it's easier to understand. It's also why Gen Z finds it hard to pirate softwares and movies, because they don't just know how, but they're willing to learn, and that is dangerous to streaming companies who have millions at stake. Subreddits, Telegram, and YouTube tutorials have been created to help the generation catch up on the vast revival of piracy. But you can argue that these are billion-dollar companies who can afford to waste $300 million on boring sci-fi movies with cool visuals. So technically, piracy from a relatively small group of teens should not be a problem, right? Wrong. The truth is, every media company is terrified of piracy. Netflix even admitted it in a report to investors. And it's no surprise why. The streaming business is brutally competitive. Platforms are burning millions just to stay alive, and investors are losing faith in the business model fast. Just look at the numbers. Apple TV lost $1 billion in 2024. Peacock lost $372 million within the same year. Roku is down almost 20% this year, and Paramount stock has...
How is this sustainable?
I don't know.
How is this? How are they making fucking money? Unless this is all a scam where they're actually making hella money and then just reporting that they're losing money, like some finesse or some shit.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I just don't know. I don't even know where to begin with this shit.
I mean, let's think. How many people are in the world? How many billions of people
in the world? Or
world. Like what? 7 billion?
I think it's 7 or 8 billion.
How many people are in the world?
7
It was estimated to have exceeded 8 billion inches November 2022.
Jesus.
Okay. So, 8 billion people. How many do you think are subscribed to Netflix?
Well, what you have to understand is most of, when you go out of these developed first world countries,
yeah,
the United States, Europe, there's a very large percentage of people that live in poverty.
Mm-hmm.
A very large percentage of the world lives in poverty. We don't realize that sometimes because we have, fucking Chick-fil-A.
So let's be conservative and say 500 million people out of the 8 billion are subscribed. That's conservative.
What do you mean?
Are subscribed to Netflix, right?
Out of 8 billion?
Yeah. Let's say 500 million.
I mean, that's probably pushing it, but all right.
500 million times $20.
500 million times $20 is $10 billion.
Jesus Christ.
If they have 500 million people subscribed for 20 a month, that's 10 billion a month. And you think that I believe that they're losing 200? He lost 200 million.
This is why, dude. This is why so much of this bull crap that they try to feed you, I'm not buying, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not buying it.
Not recovered since they did the Thunderman's return. But that does not mean streaming is dead. In fact, what these companies suffer in stock value, they almost always make up for in streaming subscriptions.
Bank of America's internal data show that consumers are spending way more on streaming than they were even a couple years ago. The percentage of households spending over $100 a month is growing, while the percentage spending less than $20 is shrinking fast.
It is because of this vast potential that many companies are taking big measures to combat piracy. But what happens when they run out of new subscribers?
Do you remember the "you wouldn't steal a car" anti-piracy videos that played in front of movies and and on DVDs a whole bunch back
Back
in
in
the...
2004, the British Federation Against Copyright Theft launched this anti-piracy ad, only to get caught in the ultimate hypocrisy. Turns out, they stole both the fonts...
Oh, they're saying that Netflix has hit 300 million subscribers. 300 million times 20.
300 million times 20 is 6 billion.
That's a month.
They're making 6 billion a month, Chad. They're making 6 billion a month. And there's other subscriptions that are higher than that and lower than that.
And you wonder why they're able to make these movies and do everything they do.
They're making minimum 5 billion a month. Minimum.
And the music when making the ad campaign. Some reports even suggest this carelessness accidentally encouraged more piracy instead of stopping it. Now, obviously, this ad alone was not responsible for the level of piracy carried out across different industries, but it definitely played a role in spreading awareness, not just in the way they expected.
The problem with the ad was it was released right at the birth of Web 2, just as people were really starting to figure out how the internet and computers worked. So rather than discourage people from downloading movies illegally, it just told them it was possible, and made them curious to explore the world of pirated content. And these were the glory days for pirated content. The Pirate Bay opened in 2003, and by 2005, there were over 1.7 million users downloading pirated movies, music, and software on LimeWire alone.
According to ZDNet, US households paid as much as $1,000 for
Shout out to LimeWire, bro. That was how we would get music back in the day.
I don't even... You know what's funny, man? I don't even... Like... I don't know, man. Day to day, week to week. I don't even think... I don't know. I mean, it must be... I don't really think about it. I'm like... You just kind of just get on with it. You're like, well, I'm going to pay this amount of money because I want to watch this show or I want to watch these movies or... And you know what the problem is? They get you with the shows, too.
Yeah.
They get you with the shows because the shows are on Apple, the shows are on Netflix, you know?
I think having cable and all those subscriptions is a lot of money.
It is. Our cable bill, our fucking monthly thing is, it's insane. It's embarrassing. I don't give a shit. What are we going to do? What am I going to do? Cancel everything? Oh, I'll cancel everything.
You'd think streaming services would focus on making subscriptions more affordable, but instead pushing for a new bill that could change the game forever. If passed, this law would force internet providers to block access to piracy websites, targeting anime, movies, TV shows, and other content that cost Hollywood billions yearly. They're especially fighting now, more than ever, as some reporters suggest that some piracy websites are receiving more traffic than Disney Plus and Crunchyroll. If this keeps up, it could ruin their entire business model. We're entering a new era where streaming service...
Dude, Disney Plus sucks. There's nothing on it.
I don't even know anything about Disney Plus.
Why would you be subscribed to Disney Plus? Bro, Disney Plus, yeah, okay, they have the classic Disney movies that you'd want to watch, right?
Yeah.
How often are you going to watch them, bro?
Yeah, that's true.
It's for your kids? I get it. It's for your kids. I get it. If I had kids, I would do it.
Are running out of new subscribers. So the only way to keep the money flowing is by providing truly innovative, high-value experiences that customers actively want to support financially. For Netflix, it's their original shows and cough cough, their pricing structure that allows users to watch movies in 4K with Netflix spatial audio. For Disney Plus, it's Star Wars and their OG shows you could never get elsewhere.
Very evidently so.
For HBO Max, it's Game of Thrones.
You can get any Disney movie on Amazon, bro. Any Disney movie. It would probably cost you like $3 to get like Monsters Inc.
That's it. The truth is, streaming companies depend on users getting all their entertainment from them, and only them. Piracy doesn't just slow their growth, it threatens their entire existence. And since streaming is dependent on users coming back, it is only logical they take the necessary steps to protect the future of their business. But I can't help but wonder if this is really the solution, because people seem to think otherwise.
Like a rash that just won't respond to medication, internet piracy is one of those things that will never go away completely.
If you narrow it down, why do people really pirate? Is it just because it's free? Because for a while, streaming did reduce that problem. Or is it the convenience? If a pirate website makes it easy for you to access movies from all over the world in high quality with the extra bonus of no ads, the value of a streaming service like Disney Plus, who you cannot legally sue, drops dramatically. The only real way to win users and retain loyalty involves 2 words that is not very profitable in this day and age. It's called customer satisfaction.
I hate Disney.
Streaming services used to look like this. Now they look like this. The longer streaming services have been around, the more complicated and confusing it has gotten. It used to be you just had Netflix, but now we got 15 services and half of them are ad-free, half of them have ads. I don't even remember which ones I paid for. I don't even know if some of them are free. Oh my...
At this point, I can only hope that the day comes that streaming fatigue becomes a thing of the past, and streaming platforms see its users as real people who crave to be entertained, who want to build unforgettable moments through shows, who rely on TV to escape reality when life is getting difficult, and not just numbers meant to increase stock price.
So what's your overall take on that?
I think it's one of these things where we can sit around and we can analyze it and talk about it. At the end of the day, it is what it is, and you're paying for it, dude. I mean, listen, like you said, oh, I like stuff on Amazon, I like stuff on Netflix, I like stuff on Apple. All right, then just subscribe to those. The problem is, though, they put these packages together where, like, for $3 more, you can get, and this is the problem.